Man, oh man, have we seen some crazy results from the stock market recently. Last time I updated you guys on my stock portfolio, I was sitting somewhere around $19,000. I think I was a little bit above that, maybe at like $19,500. Well, as you guys can clearly tell from the title, that has grown a tremendous amount over the last couple weeks. I've seen a few of my holdings growing. I've seen a little bit of loss in a few other ones. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering exactly what's going on in my portfolio. I'm going to be giving you guys updates on my profits and my losses. I'll be giving you guys updates on my average cost, some dividends that I've gotten recently, and all things related around my portfolio. Now, I know I have been posting a lot of stock news and stock updates, so I haven't really been keeping you guys super up to date on what my personal portfolio is doing. So if you do want to see more of these videos where I'm keeping you up to date on what my portfolio got going on, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I can make sure I do that maybe once or twice a week, or maybe once every 2 weeks. You guys let me know. It is all about what you guys want to see. With that being said, if you are new to the channel, if you do like my content, if you do find it valuable or entertaining, you can let me know by smashing that like button, and if you could also subscribe, that would be amazing as well. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump straight into my portfolio and let's see what all has happened over the last couple of weeks. So as you guys can tell, we have been seeing some crazy results over the last couple of weeks. We're currently sitting up $4,794 in our portfolio, which is about a gain of 26.4% overall. Now our portfolio is currently sitting at $22,715. So that means over the course of the last year, we have grown a tremendous amount. Now you guys may know I started this portfolio on April 23rd of this year. So we're sitting somewhere around 6 months now. So seeing a return of about 26% is definitely not something to complain about at all. Over the last 3 months, we are sitting up about $2,500 or about 12.3%. Over the last month, we're sitting up $1,200 or about 5.57%. The last week, we're up $1,500 or about 7%. And today, we actually did go down about 1.3%, which totaled out to somewhere around $350. So it was a crazy, crazy week, to say the least. Pfizer announced that they had the vaccine come out, so I saw my portfolio just fly through the roof one morning. I remember I was sleeping, and whenever I woke up, it was probably around 8:30, 8:15 or so. I checked my portfolio, and I see I'm up like $1,500 in one day. I'm like, it's probably just a good old Robinhood bug. I'm gonna go right back to sleep. Well, I go to bed, I wake back up probably around 10 o'clock, and I see I'm up $2,000. I'm like, oh, this is real. So that's when I start checking the news. I see that Pfizer announced the vaccine and everything. And when I tell you that was probably one of the most happy and satisfying days of my entire life, it was just such a crazy feeling, because I remember when I first started investing, I remember the first dollar I made in the stock portfolio changed my life. It immediately made me feel like this is something I could really do. So seeing myself go up almost $2,000, a little over actually $2,000 in a single day, was one of the most insane moments of my life. So the first holding that I do have in my portfolio is going to be Store Capital. So Store Capital is currently sitting at $30.92. I have 347 shares of Store Capital sitting at an average cost of $21.39. That means my market value is sitting right at $10,750, which takes up a whopping grand, I know, don't judge me, 47% of my overall portfolio, and that totals out to me having gained about $3,312 or about 44%. So that means in the course of about 6 months on this investment, I am up nearly 50%, which is somewhere around $3,300. Now, this is easily the best investment that I have ever made. Seeing returns like this is not usual in my life and from what I've seen. Seeing gains of over 50% over the course of just a few months is absolutely insane. Now, if you have watched some of my dividend videos, you do know that I also get paid dividends from Store Capital. I have a 7% yield on cost, so because I have such a low average cost. So I also get another like $600 or $700 every single year from Store Capital alone, which is definitely a major plus. Now, I know I need to slow down a little bit on Store Capital. I have a very big holding in Store Capital compared to my other holdings, but it is a company that I absolutely love. I love investing into some of those dividend stocks. I love investing in real estate, and I do, the fact that I can combine those two through Store Capital has kind of created this very big holding in my portfolio. Now, I'm honestly not all that stressed out about it. I know it shouldn't be this big. I know one stock realistically shouldn't hold 50% of my portfolio, but since it is a company that I am so confident in, it's a company that I truly have a lot of faith in over the next 10 to 20 years, that I really don't have any fear. I'm not insecure with this holding at all, and I actually plan on continuing to grow it over time. Now, realistically, you guys probably won't see me putting too much more money into Store Capital right now, but if we do come up to even the 5-year, they still have a lot of room to grow to even reach the levels they were at earlier this year. So it will be for sure interesting to see them reach those levels and see what gains we get from there. Now, next up on the list, we have Apple. Apple is currently sitting at $119.35. I actually have a dividend coming from Apple on November 12th that must have just posted in my account of $10.31, so I cannot complain about that at all. But I do have 50 shares sitting at an average cost of $109. The market value of my holdings in Apple is sitting right around $6,000, which takes up about 26% of my portfolio. Now, I am up about $170 today from Apple, and overall I'm up $504, which totals out to about 9.18%. Now, at one point in Apple, I was up a lot more, but of course, Apple has had a bit of a pullback, especially with Biden becoming president, and they did have a bit of an oversell off a little bit recently, but I'm honestly not complaining at all. As you can see, I am getting a little bit of a dividend here and there from them, as well as the growth long-term from them. I just truly believe to be exponential. I think this is a company that's only just getting started in the grand scheme of things. I think they have a lot of potential coming up here. I have a lot of videos posted in the past about why I love Apple so much, so definitely don't hesitate to go check those out and get a little bit more of a deeper analysis on Apple stock. But this is a holding that I do plan on growing now. I think this is the holding that I'm going to be investing the majority of my money into for the next couple months. I think tech's going to have a pretty nice pullback with a Democratic president in office, simply for the fact that they're going to face a little bit more tax regulation and everything like that. And so it will be interesting to see what prices we can get in at and seeing what buying opportunities present themselves over the next couple months. Next up on the list, we have my absolute favorite dividend paying stock. This is the company that I believe to be one of the most stable and, dominating dividend stocks on the planet, and that's Coca-Cola, of course. Now, I have 107 shares of Coca-Cola at an average cost of $48.14. The market value of my holdings in Coca-Cola is sitting at $5,750, which takes up about 25.3% of my overall portfolio. Now, of course, today was a little bit of a red day, so I was down about $41, but overall, I am still up about $585 or 11.3%. Now, this is also not including the dividends that I have been paid out from Coca-Cola over the last couple months. The dividends are definitely nice. I think the dividend yield is right around 3% right now, and so it will be interesting to see that continue to grow over time. This is one of those companies that I truly believe their dividend is going to continue to grow for the rest of my investing journey. I really do believe Coca-Cola is going to be around. I can't really imagine a world that they are not one of the dominating producers of soft drinks. Unless something crazy happens, I really don't see them going anywhere, and I think they are still growing and they still have a lot of exponential growth to come. So this is one of those holdings I have been working on a lot recently. I was at, I think in the last video, maybe like 60 total shares of Coca-Cola. So I have been increasing that as fast as I possibly can, because I thought with everything going on, I thought that they would do pretty well around this time of the year. And I think, as we can tell from the last week, Jim being up 8% over the last week, that I was kind of right about that one. I didn't see it growing this fast, but I did believe the end of the year would have been a great year for Coca-Cola, especially if we could get a vaccine going out there. Now, the reason I say that is because with the vaccine coming, that means there could be more sporting events, more big open, events that happen. And whenever they have these sporting events, whenever they have concerts and things like that, what are people buying? Food and drinks. Food and soft drinks. Coca-Cola directly benefits from that. The more big major events they have, the more Coca-Cola they sell, the more people who go out in general, they're going back. Whenever people are out, they have jobs again. There's a vaccine and the economy starting to thrive, hopefully. Then that means people are going to have a little bit extra money they can start to spend on getting those, luxury soft drinks and all those type of things. So I did believe that Coca-Cola would directly benefit from something happening, such as a vaccine being announced. So that's why I've been hustling to get this, this holding in my position built up, and it is obviously paying off as time has gone on. Now, easily the most interesting holding in my portfolio, especially when it comes to my YouTube channel, and that's going to be Hyliion. Now, Hyliion, I currently hold about 9 shares at an average cost of $23. My market value is $208. I am up about $4.93, which is about 2.42%. Now, the reason why this is such a small holding compared to my other ones is because I am taking my time. A lot of you guys have been in my comment section like, man, Tyler, go buy 100 shares of Hyliion right now. It's at such a good price. I'm telling you, it'll be so worth it in the long run. Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but I'm a college student and I don't have just, thousands of dollars just to throw around everywhere. Now, with all jokes being aside though, this is a company that I have a lot of faith in and that I do tell you guys about a lot. I really do love Hyliion, and this is a company that I believe has a lot of potential in the long run. Now, with that being said though, I am not an investor who puts a lot of money into one company at one time. I stick to my principles and I stick to my rules. My rule is whenever I have extra money to invest, I buy a little bit of that stock every single red day. Now, what I have been doing recently is every single red day that we've had over the last 3 weeks, I've been buying somewhere around 0.75 to a share of Hyliion and just letting it average its way down or up, whichever way it goes. So with that being said, I have been trying to slowly build up this position in Hyliion. This is a company that I have been preaching to you guys that is, in its developmental stages. It is still getting out there. We just got the first Hypertoke ERXs on the market. They're getting tested out, and a lot of bigger consumers are starting to take notice of Hyliion. But with that being said, though, this is not a company I feel rushed on at all. I think this is a company that I could take my time on, a stock that I can slowly build up into my portfolio, and over time, it will definitely, with no doubt in my mind, pay off. So that's why this is not one of those positions like in my other ones, those Coca-Colas, the Apples and the store capitals. That's $5,000-$6,000. Those positions took me months to build, and I don't want to change that up. I don't want to switch up my investment strategy simply because this is a company that really excites me. I'm sticking true to my principles, and I'm sticking true to my investment morals, and I'm taking my time with Hyliion. Now, as crazy as it is, that is the end of my portfolio. I only have 4 holdings in my portfolio, and the reason that I've kind of trimmed it down so much over the last couple months is that it was getting really hard for me to keep up with. You guys know that I'm an investor who likes to keep up with the money that, the places that my money's in. I don't want to invest it in a company and completely ignore that company for months and not take notice if there's bad signs coming or red flags that I should take notice of. Whenever I had, 12 to 15 stocks at one time in my portfolio, it was really hard for me to keep up with all my positions, and I felt like I was missing out on opportunities in other places. Now that I've kind of cut it down a bit, I have 1 tech stock, I have 1 real estate stock, I have 1 consumer stock, and I have an EV, and that's really, I'm satisfied. I feel like building up those positions and really paying attention to the companies that I own, investing in quality over quantity is going to be very important for me personally. Now I know there are some different, there's some different investors. There are some dividend investors who like to put their money in so many dividend stocks that if one stops paying dividends, it won't really affect them because they have 19 other ones that will. That's just not the type of investor I am. There's nothing wrong with that investing style. Just personally and mentally, when it comes for stress and anxiety, it really makes it easier for me to have a smaller portfolio, especially with the account size that I do have. I hope you guys did enjoy that video. I hope it helped you guys in some way possible. Maybe it helped you, just with the reasons as to why I buy certain stocks or the reasons why I increase positions in certain ones. If you did find any value or entertainment from it, once again, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing if you are new to the channel. If you have any feedback on this video, if you have any feedback for the channel, let me know down in the comment section below. Now, I would like to be posting once a day, 5 days a week from now on. I really do believe that this is something I can accomplish, so I will be trying to push these videos out as much as I possibly can. If you guys do like that idea, once again, you can let me know down in the comment section below. I did drop my Instagram in the description, so if you want to contact me, that would be the best place to do it. But with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.